Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to plant some vegetables using your normal kitchen scraps. So kitchen scraps described as, when you're making whatever dishes you're making, you're using vegetables. You normally have the parts that you would, chop off to use to cook, and then the other bits that you would then chop off and then throw away or put in the compost heap. I'm going to be using some of those to show you how you can then create your own plant to get more vegetables from those scraps. Let's get right to it. So first up, we've got the green onion. So if you've watched any of my videos, you'll know how much I love green onions. But the interesting thing about them is whenever you buy them, it's always a big bunch. And when you get the big bunch, you don't always want to use it. So what I'm going to show you is how to replant the green onion so you will always have, firstly, enough green onion to use in your dishes, and constantly a constant supply of green onion without having to go and buy them again. So I've got one stalk of green onion over here, and what you're going to do is I just need you to make a cut. So as you can see, there's a white part over there and there's a little bit of a green here. I just want you to make a cut just above where the green starts, and this is what you're going to take. This stalk is what you are then going to place in some water. As you can see, I've got a little shot glass over here because I don't want to have the whole plant in water. I just want to have the bottom with the roots inside the water. So what you need to do is to just put this little stalk that you've cut off in the glass like so with the water, and you keep it in here for, you can keep it in here for as long as you need, but after about a week you're going to see that the actual green onion is going to start sprouting from the inside. As you can see, it actually starts with roots, so that's what makes it so quick to regrow from its actual stalk, and that means that you're going to be currently having a replenished amount of green onion to be able to use in your kitchen whenever you need it. So I've actually got one of my own plants over here, and this one is, I think, 12 days old. And as you can see, this is how big it gets. And it's really, really low maintenance. So what I've done is, from the point where I had the plant start to grow or sprout out of the other green onion, is where I then moved it into a planter with some potting soil. And that's how I've been able to just replenish my stock. Okay, and here I've got some celery. So I'm going to use this for a stew just now. But before I do that, I'm just going to cut off the heart or the bottom to be more practical. And when I'm regrowing the celery, this is literally all I need. So what I need to do is, as you can see, I've got a glass container and I've got some water inside. The level of the water is very important because all we are trying to do is to cover the bottom of the plant to make sure that the roots can sprout from this end, because that's basically all we need. So when the roots start sprouting and the roots are big enough, you'll be able to transplant it or take it and put it into a planter with some soil. So basically this, as you saw me cut it off, I'm going to put it into a container that allows me to be able to put it in straight up. It doesn't fall down. As you can see, it's standing straight up, but the bottom of the plant is submerged in water, and that is how the roots are going to start to grow. So basically it takes about 7 to 10 days to start getting roots on a celery. That is actually very quick, but in the meantime, while the roots starts to grow, I mean, dependent on how long it takes you, you will see that the plant itself will start to regrow as well. So you've got a little bit of a yellow spot over here, and that's where your new plant is going to be growing. So at the point where the roots are fully grown, and now you are able to take it out of the glass container into some soil, you will also already have a stalk at the top. So I've got my celery plant over here, and this one is about 21 days old, as you can see. So we've got a lovely plume that's coming up, very, very strong, very healthy. And what I like about the celery plant is it's very low maintenance. So literally I've got some potting soil in here in the pot, and once the plant had grown some roots, I put it in, made sure I covered the whole plant except the top, and then I just make sure that I water it like, a shot glass every 2 days or so, and then it stays healthy, as you can see, and it's growing all by itself. So next in line, we've got some mint. So I love mint, right? It's really versatile to use. So normally when people think about mint, I think they think about cocktails. But that's obvious. It's obvious why. So if you are one that likes to make a lot of cocktails and you use a lot of mint, it does make sense to then grow your own mint in your kitchen. But what you always want to do is you want to ensure that the way that you grow your herbs makes it easy for you to keep them in the kitchen so you can keep using them because they grow very quickly. And once you start growing a herb plant, you will actually realize that you actually start using it more because it's easier for you to access. And if you don't use it that much, it will become very big and you'll probably have to move it somewhere else. So I'm going to show you how to grow a mint plant in your kitchen with just one leaf that I've taken out of the store-bought container. So as you can see, I've got one here and it's still got the little leaves on it, but it's just literally one stalk. And now you need to make sure that the bottom end, which is the cut end, is what you put in to the water. I've got a glass container over here with some water, and you need to ensure, just going to remove that so I can fit my mint in. You just need to make sure that the bottom of the plant is actually in the water. So what's going to happen there is it's going to start to root. You're going to start to have roots growing at the bottom, and then once that happens, you can then move that plant into a planter with some potting soil, and then you're going to be able to grow a lovely, fresh, beautiful plant of mint that you can be picking to use for any dish that you want, be it sweet, savory, or of the beverage kind. So the next vegetable that I have is also very easy to plant, but in terms of getting the vegetable itself, it's going to take a bit longer than the others we've looked at. And as you can see, it is a carrot. But also, all you need to do to be able to plant your own or get your own carrot plant is just cut off the top like this and just put it in some water. So as you can see, the level of the water, again, I'm making sure that my plant or my carrot bottom is not completely covered in water. I just literally want the top side to stay out and dry and the bottom to be in the water, because remember that is again, yes, where we're going to get the roots, and we want it to be able to root so we can be able to take it out of the water and put it into some soil so it can catch on and then you can have a plant. But this will take about 1 to 2 weeks to get the roots in a carrot, so that takes a bit more patience than the others. And the other thing is, when it actually does start rooting, you will see that the top of the plant will start to get that lovely green plume, the plant looking thing that will grow in there, and that wonderful bit you can use in your salad and in your stews to flavor them, or to make them look bright and beautiful, and you can even use it as a garnish. But the carrot itself will only start to grow after you've moved it into, a planter with some potting soil, and that takes a little bit longer. So that needs a bit more patience, but your patience will be rewarded in time. And that's it from me. And as you can see, it's very easy to grow your own vegetables in your kitchen using your scraps. So I really do wish that you give it a try and have a look at some of the others that you can engage in. And for now, it's goodbye.